So I want to say I am sorry for my absence, but I have been sick for just a few days. Set down to do a video um, the other day and got sick out of nowhere. Like I started to do the video, then I needed some sort of evidence. And so I paused the video to go look for the evidence. And, as I was doing that, it took me a little bit longer than I expected it to take. And as I was trying to find it, it ran into my class time. So I had to go to class. And so I'm sitting in class and I get to the end of class or, I get, you know, class is about 2.5 hours. So I'm sitting in class and we're on Zoom or whatever. And for this one, and I'm sitting in class and all of a sudden, you know, and if you don't care about this point, just skip it. But anyways, I'm sitting in class and we're probably about an hour almost done with class. And, I laid in bed, my stomach started feeling funny. So I laid in bed and I was like, man, my stomach is just feeling funny. I don't know what it is. So I laid in bed and, you know, I fell asleep for about like 5 minutes. And then I woke back up and I said, okay. And then, she took us to a break. And then, so, I was just kind of walking around like, what's going on with my stomach? And, I said, man, it's just something doesn't feel, it feels weird. And, so, she came back and we were just kind of going through class and it got to about, I think it was like around 11:30 or something like that. And, um, my stomach just started feeling really bad. And I sort of sent like a message. I never sent it because I was trying to basically, just thug it out, really, is what I was trying to do. Um, so I just sat there and I typed a message to her and I was going to send it. I was going to say, hey, you know, if I stop responding, because she would ask us, does everybody get it? And I would, respond, yes. And I was going to type her a message, say, if I don't respond, then, this is why. And so anyways, got to the end of that message or it got to the end of class basically, and it was weird. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, but got to the end of class and, just right before, I say like 2 minutes before class was done and we were saying our goodbyes, all of a sudden felt it coming up. And I was like, oh, here it comes. And had to run to the restroom real quick. And I'm holding my phone in my hand and I'm holding my phone in my hand and, you know, I'm trying to like steady myself and throw up and stuff like that. And then I'm trying to, and after I'm done, it's like, all right, bye. And I'm trying to hit the leave meeting and I'm discombobulated and it just went downhill from there. And, it was bad. So but anyways, that's where I was. So I wanted to, look again. A person by the name of Read Deeply 9278 made a good point. They said, but somebody please tell me who Kathy is. And I was like, Kathy. The operator asks her just before Patsy cuts her off and says her name. Operator says, are you Kath? And then she responds, Patsy Ramsey. I want to know who Kathy is. I've listened to the call literally 100 times and I never noticed the Kathy part before today. Sigh. And I had to go look because I was like, I've never heard that either. So this is the call again that I want to go back and hear that part.
911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 5515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hi, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old. How long ago was this? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's gone. Does it say who took her?
And she doesn't say too much about JonBenet's height, what JonBenet was wearing. So this is information that she's leaving out that's not there in her haste. So we have to ask, what is the point of this call? Is the point of the call to get you to come to me and get information and then go out and seek the child? Or is the point of this call to get you to immediately put out a bolo for this child in any case? And Like, come to me, yes, but put a bolo out on this child. Be on the lookout. Put out a bolo out on this child. You like my fancy police language? You know what I'm saying? I pick up a couple things. But put out a little bolo on this child so y'all can look for her first, but also come to me so we can give you more information. Is that the point of this call? What's the point of this call?
What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here.
So she says, I don't know who took her. Okay? You have the ransom note in your hand. Okay?
The ransom note? It says SBTC.
She goes straight to the end. It says SBTC victory. So I'm trying to be frantic. Oh my God, my child is gone. I need. Because she said she skimmed a little bit of the first paragraph. Now, I know she wasn't caught on the Mr. Ramsey because she thought the note was, she picks up the note thinking it's from her housekeeper. That's what she's telling us. Okay, cool. So you pick a note up and you're very relaxed. You're very easy. You know, it's 5:30 in the morning. You know, I'm taking my time, going to get my coffee. I'm kind of woozy. You know, I'm getting up. You know how Patsy told us she likes to get up. And then this is what she said in the women's magazine that she was a part of. I like to get up and I like to enjoy the day. I like to thank God. I like to give him praise. I like to look at the sun. I like to appreciate nature and all life is bringing me. So Patsy she's getting up and she's taking her time. You know what I mean? And John is, you know, he's laying in the bed looking at Patsy. Oh, she's so fine. You know, she looks so good. She's getting up. Look at my wife looking at the sun. I need to get up myself and go take a shower. At least that's the way he kind of put it. That's how I paraphrase, you know, how he put it in the book. And he's getting up and he's doing whatever he needs to do. And as he said in his book, he finally realized later that he was running around in his underwear. So anyways, Patsy skips to the back of the note anyway, she's up at 5:30 and she makes her way down slowly to, you know, she's got up and she's done her morning prayer and she makes her way down to get coffee. She picks up this note. She's like, ho hum, Linda must have left this for me because I left her the $2,000. So instead of getting the $2,000 after we left, she must have come and gotten it now. And she left me a note saying, thank you here on this step. It is dark in here. And so I will read this note in the dark. So, Mr. Ramsey, it's off to a good start. Mr. Ramsey, we are a small foreign faction. Doesn't have anything to do with my housekeeper. We're a small foreign faction. And just, we have your daughter. If I would have gotten to we have your daughter, I think I would have froze. We have your daughter. And I would have been like, because I think that something would have come over me like, this can't be happening. This can't be real. And I think I would have walked upstairs and looked in my daughter's room and said, and looked. And then if my daughter was not in the bed, I would have looked under the bed. I would have looked all over the room. I would have looked in the closets. I would have looked under the covers. I would have turned that room inside out. I would have looked on the balcony. That room should have been in shambles. And I would have every drawer, shower curtains, toilet seat up, you know, everything should have been everywhere. I would have busted in Burke's room. Every room in the house would have been turned upside down. I would have went through my room several times. Boom, 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 boom. Don't talk to me. Don't get up. I would have come in because it's really weird that my kid is missing and I bypass my other child that's in the house. Stop for a second. You have a missing child. How do you bypass and let the other child sleep. Like, this don't concern you. Stay in bed. What? This doesn't concern you. Stay in bed. What? Come on, hold on. Who would do that? Who would say, my child is missing, but there's no reason to wake my other child up. Let's just let him sleep. We don't want to inconvenience him. He doesn't need to know that his sister. It's not like this is a game. It's not like this is for play. You know what I mean? You found a legitimate ransom note sitting on the steps that somebody has taken your daughter. Wake him up. Yo, your sister is missing. Help us find her. Why didn't he have to take part in the search efforts? And even when he did wake up, you sent him away. Why? Does he not want to help find his sister? What, that's her brother, her loving big brother, her loving, nurturing, overprotective big brother. That's how a lot of big brothers are. I would expect Burke to be no less. If he is a loving, protecting, I don't know how their relationship was, but I am assuming here. I am assuming that he would be loving, nurturing, and overprotecting of his little sister. Why do I say this? Why do I say this? The other day, I am driving to go get some breakfast, and it's early in the morning. And I tried to dip away, from the bus. I tried to go away from the bus. And I end up running to another bus anyway. And I had to wait anyway. And as I'm sitting there, I see this dad come across with his daughter, and it's cold out here, I see his dad come across with his daughter, and he's, his little daughter, and he's holding her hand. These are little kids. He's holding her hand, and he's walking her to the bus. And I said to myself, I really don't like sitting here, and I really want to go get my breakfast and get back home. But, to this man, he doesn't care that I'm sitting here wanting to go get breakfast. All he knows is I'm spending time with my daughter. These are crucial daddy-daughter moments, to where I'm looking out for my baby. I'm taking my baby to this bus stop. I'm making sure that she's good, right? I'm going to usher her to this bus stop. I'm going to watch her get on this bus, and I'm going to send her off to school. We're going to do this every day. But then I saw something else. I saw two brothers walking side by side. Obviously, one brother taller than the other. And again, these are kids. But the bigger brother was ushering his little brother, almost kind of dragging him to the bus stop. And he had him in front of him, like pushing him kind of had his hands around his shoulders, pushing him to the bus. Like, I got to make sure my brother gets on the bus stop. And I was like, his parents put that into him. His parents taught him the importance of watching out for his younger brother. And when they got to the bus door, he pushed his brother on the bus before him. He didn't put him, all right, get on the bus behind me. No, I got to make sure as a big brother, I got to make sure my little brother gets on this bus and he's taken care of. That's a big brother that's always going to watch out for his little brother no matter what. They're going to be tight. And I guess, not every sibling relationship is like that. Of course, you understand what I'm saying. And sometimes, though, your older sibling is looking out for you even when you don't know it as a younger sibling. I'm a younger sibling, even when you don't know it. Man, I used to fight my older brother left and right, but he was always looking out for us. Always, even when we didn't know. He's over here fighting with his friends, this, that. I'm not talking about literally fighting. I'm just, going back and forth, or just whatever, just to make sure there is never a problem, right? I would expect the same thing from JonBenet. Yo, this is my sister. I don't want to leave. I want to get up and help. Now I understand the parents saying, for your safety, we got to get you out of here. But if I'm a mom turning this house up and down, there is a full room that is dark, and I'm looking for my daughter. She slept in here the night before. Maybe she got scared of the dark, left her room, and came in here and slept with her brother. Don't you want to know that? Don't you want to run inside here and say, okay, son, I'm sorry. I got to wake you up. We're looking for your sister. Not boom. Where's my baby? Boom. And run back out. What? But there's a whole room that you didn't check. Not only there's a whole room that you didn't check, but you didn't check it for hours. She could have been hiding under the bed. In Burke's room, she could have been asleep on the ground. It could have been the fact that Burke was playing a practical joke. It scared you to death. And you could have been like, oh, Burke, where did you get this crazy language? Why would you scare me like that? Where did you get this crazy language? Where did you get this SBTC victory stuff? Oh, I saw Dad, he had this plaque or something like that, and I just decided to put it. I thought it would be a good ransom note. Done deal. But you completely ignored Burke's room by running in. Where's my baby? Boom. And leaving back out. Now, how much sense does that make? You really bought all into this theory that it was an intruder. And even if you did, you didn't turn the house upside down enough to even warrant legitimate concern, I don't think. So you tell me SBTC victory, but I know you skimmed the first half of the page because they asked you that. Did you skim the first half of the page? Skim the first half of the page. And I saw enough to see JonBenet was missing. And then the rest from there. What I would have expected was, okay, who took her? If you first skimmed enough to see JonBenet was kidnapped, and then you ran upstairs, got John, and you ran on, and then you called the cops. You did all this running around, you called the cops. I would expect now that you're on the phone with the operator, you'd be like, so it says, so there is Ramsey, this said JonBenet, and it did, if we don't do this, we did it, and I would expect you to really read that thing out, right? I would have expected that, but you didn't do that. So here we are with no information except you skip to the third page. And you say SBTC victory. You didn't even say a small foreign faction, which is, you read that. That's the first line. We're a small foreign faction. It says some small foreign faction. It says some small. You should be annoyed. It says some small foreign faction here. That they took my daughter. It's addressed to my husband. I don't understand. They say they took my daughter. They said they want some money from us, and they're telling us not to call the cops. And it's a sign SBTC victory. That's the summary I would have expected from you on second go round of the letter, because this is not your first. This is your second, according to what we know, according to what you're telling us. And this is what you say.
Please. Okay, what's your name? Please. Okay, victory. Please.
That was the longest 3 seconds ever. This operator didn't know what to say.
Ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says SBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you...
Patsy had to reignite the conversation in order to get a response, because the dispatcher was like, what else? What else is on the ransom note? And Patsy had to be like, please. This is the point to where, let me see. This is the point to where Read Deeply 9278 was making. Okay, what's your name? Are you Kath? And then that's what it sounds like.
Patsy Ramsey, I'm the mother. Patsy Ramsey, I'm the mother. Your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Ramsey, I'm the mother. Oh my. Patsy Ramsey, I'm the mother. What's your name?
$56.
What's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my. Ramsey, Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Yes. Hi, please explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note. 911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hi, please explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone.
Okay, I was trying to see if she introduced herself as Patsy up until this point, up until that, to see if maybe we're just mishearing it. And Patsy hasn't introduced herself yet.
6 years old. How long ago was this? I don't know. I just found the note. Oh my God, does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says...
There's a bunch of huffing and puffing going on. There's a lot going on, but like nothing going on at all. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to be cruel. Like I'm not saying that, and this is not to say that Patsy's making it up. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is not a lot is being said. Usually what I would expect from a call like this is, oh my God, please get here soon. And like a well of information, it would spill out. Please get here soon. You know, my daughter is missing and she's 6, she's 5'4", she's 16, she has blonde hair, she has blue eyes. I last saw her, she came back from a party last night, and last saw her, she was wearing blue jeans and she was wearing a white shirt, and she was supposed to go out with her friends last night, but she didn't make it, and she came in last night or whatever, and I haven't seen her since last night. You know, and I've called her friends, I've called this, I've called that, I've called everybody, I've reached out to so-and-so, and I found this note, and the note says this, that, and the third, and I keep reading this note, it doesn't tell me anything. But like, this doesn't tell me anything. If you really think about it, this call doesn't tell me anything. It's like you're waiting for me to help you hype this up, and the 911 dispatcher didn't help her hype this up. Like, are you waiting for me to carry the conversation? Tell me what happened. Like, what is going on over there?
FBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey?
And so she got stuck, and she was like, okay, what's your name? Let's start with that.
What's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God.
I don't know about that
one. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother.
I wonder if there was somebody there prior to the Ramseys living there that had the name Kathy or something like that. I don't know if dispatchers at this time had caller ID, and maybe it just sounds like she's about to say Kathy, but she's, you know, mixing up with saying Patsy, but it just sounds like it.
Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. Okay. Please. Okay, I'm sending it. What's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. What's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God.
Because it sounds like she could have said Pat. Are you Pat? And then Patsy's came through as Patsy. You know, so there's just a little different, you know, it's like she says Pat, And then Patsy comes through and says Patsy Ramsey, you know, to get that C in.
Okay, I'm sending an officer over, okay? Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out. Is she right here? Oh my God, please. Okay, well, there's somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath, please. Okay. Hurry. Patsy, 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 Patsy.
So it's clearly, you know, clearly she didn't hang up the phone immediately.
Take a deep breath, please. Okay. Patsy, 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 Patsy.
It does sound like there's a
Patsy, 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 Patsy. You are here? Oh my God, please. Okay, well, there's somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath, please. Okay. Hurry. Patsy, 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 Patsy.
Why'd she hang up the phone? Like, that seems like an awkward place to hang up the phone. You got on the phone with the people who can help you.
911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old. How long ago was it? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's gone. Does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom. What?
That inflection in the operator's voice, I think that's an inflection of, you know, does it say who took her? Like, give me some more information. Like, she's trying to get information, but she's kind of, and the silent pauses that come through, it's like she's kind of at a standstill because she's like, I want to help this woman, but I don't know what to do. She's not giving me any information.
Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says SBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. What's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy? Please. Okay, what's your name? Please. Okay, what?
I don't know what that was. It's like a
Please. Okay, what's your?
I don't, because it doesn't sound like it's phone generated from the 911.
Please. Okay, what's your? Please. Okay, what's your name?
Right there.
Please.
Like it, yeah, that's where it is.
Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Please. Okay,
yeah, like 54.
Please. Okay, what? Please. Okay, what's your name?
It starts at 54. It's like, and it trails off. Like who did that come from?
Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. Okay, I'm sending an officer over, okay? Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out. Is she right here? Oh my God, please. Okay, well, there's somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath, please. Okay. Hurry. Patsy, 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 Patsy.
So Patsy hung up.
Patsy.
At about 1, or, you know, she stopped talking. She stopped responding at about 1:15, 1:16. So if this call started at about 10 seconds, or this, you know, from this video started at about 10 seconds in, So she got on the phone, and about a minute and 5 seconds, basically, she talked to Patsy for about a minute and 5 seconds. She talked to Patsy for about a minute and 5 seconds, and Patsy aborts the call. Patsy just decides to stop talking. She didn't want to talk anymore. And she just ends it so abruptly because Patsy's like, and that's what I'm saying. Think that the consistency there. Patsy says, I ran in Burke's room. I busted in the door and I said my daughter's missing, and she came back out unfinished. You got plenty more business that needs to be happening here. Came in unfinished. I went to read the ransom note, didn't finish it. Called the 911, didn't finish the call. I just walked away from the phone. Why are you doing that? Why are you just like walking away from, like, you have much, like, this operator, from the way this feels, this operator has plenty more to talk about. I have plenty more questions to ask you. Why didn't you just in regards to, like, what's going on over there? Like, what is my officer walking into? Like, what is my officer walking into? Like, it could be unsafe for him. And you just get off the phone and walk away. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's not normal. You just quit on the phone call with the people that you call and ask me for help. And when I'm trying to render help, you just get off the phone and walk away.
Patsy.
And so there's clearly some talking back there. Which makes me think, like, you don't know what we're saying. We don't know what's being said, but there's some like similar.
Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you
Similar to that sound. Which makes you wonder if there was some dialogue. It does make you wonder if there was some dialogue back there. Like, when you're like, if this is the best way I can relate it to, when, like, you're in class or wherever you are and somebody's not supposed to be talking, and but their voice carries, and, like, maybe somebody has this voice that carries, like, really heavy, and all you, as you're trying to listen, or somebody's supposed to be quiet, or maybe you're in a testing center, nobody's supposed to be talking, and somebody's trying to whisper to the next person, what's the answer for that? And they're not supposed to be talking, and all you hear is and you hear, like, this hum through the air, or in the atmosphere, and you look, and it's like, because you're expecting the testing center to be quiet, you just kind of look around like, we're supposed to be being quiet. Why are you talking? You're really distracting me now. That's kind of what it could be like. Some sort of humming in the background that is indicative of some sort of, conversation, or real quick, because it wasn't very long. 54.
Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey?
Like, and it's like, and it could have, because you saw it faded. Like, it could have faded off as, like, what did, like, so, and, like, I come in talking loud, but then somebody's like, shh. If that's the case, somebody comes in talking loud, and then somebody's like, be quiet, and you're like, what'd you say? What happened? What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? And you're just like, I still want to know. And it's like, what? What's going on? What happened? And so like, yeah.
See? Patsy?
See, I struggle to hear this, and I could more so hear this, but when it gets to this and this, it's hard for me to hear.
See? Patsy? See? Patsy? See? Patsy? See? Patsy?
And I don't even know if it was a help me Jesus, because that sounds like somebody's really crying. And I guess that's the dispatcher typing.
See? Patsy? 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 Patsy?
That sounds like somebody tried to hang up the phone and lost it after the call, because it sounds like she stepped away from the call and kind of lost it in a sense. Like, I did what I needed to do and I hung up the phone. But now the real the rawness of what I've just done to complete this is setting in, because I got to think of everything that was done from A to Z. Um, and the real rawness is setting in because, for Patsy and John, as I say, JonBenet is the golden goose. Um, there's going to be a real pain there of having to essentially give this person away. And this person is stripped from my hand. And I have to do something to give it away. And I have to think fast. And I'm doing what I'm doing based on adrenaline. But the more I do it, the more I realize what I've done. And I look back and I just grit my teeth on the fact that I just did that. I just did that. I had to do that. I had to. Um, I had to do it. It reminds me of the mouthing. Reminds me a little bit of the mouthing. Kind of reminds me of some about to lose it like this because we can see genuine pain in her eyes right here. And the low tone in John's voice lets you know he's been struck to the core. You got me. If you ain't did nothing else, because John is a pretty strong, strong, silent man, But this got me. This rocked me to my core.
I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
You believe.
You see the dead look in his eye? Completely lifeless, devoid of any life here. He's in a trance. He's thinking. It's all cerebral. He's thinking. He's listening, but it's just like kind of zoned out for a second.
It's someone outside your home.
There is a killer on the loose.
Yeah, he snapped back in because he's really thinking about the question.
You believe it's someone outside your home.
There is a killer on the loose.
Absolutely.
I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's a he or a she. But if I were a resident of Boulder,
I'm about to lose it because you see the head coming up like this. I'm about to lose it.
I will tell my friends to keep.
She looked right in the camera. I'm about to lose it. And his eyes are already looking in that direction. And he's listening with his ears. And he's looking with his ears as well.
Keep your baby close to you.
They kind of have similar lip structure right here in that they kind of have similar lip shaping structure right here, but his jaws are a little bit more clenched right here. So you can see sort of the sad, frowny face, but sort of clenched as she started her clench.
I will tell my friends to keep.
She started her clench right there, but it's a pouty clench. So she's clenching and he's clenching, but she's clenching in a pouty, and I'm trying to hold it together, but I'm about to lose it. And then John is like, fold it together. Do not fold.
Keep your baby.
And his eyes shot over. Boom. This is the person on the 911.
Tell my friends to keep.
To keep. See, this is what I'm saying. She just got kicked in the stomach. That was a gut punch. To keep, because the keep your babies close was real, but the other part may not have been real about the Boulder and all that other stuff. That part might not have had anything to do with anything, but the part of keep your babies close, I really should have kept my baby close.
Boulder, I will tell my friends to keep. It's a he or a she.
But she said he first, whether it's a he or a she.
There is a.
But this is in 97. January 1st. Okay, so we're new to the investigation. We don't know much.
Killer on the loose
is the assumption.
I don't know.
But look at John's face when he says absolutely. It's devoid of any feeling. Absolutely.
Is a killer on the loose. I don't know who it is.
And that was almost a vintage Patsy. And I don't know who it is. She almost got into it. I don't know who it is, but that reality, because when somebody dies, at different times, the reality hits you and it keeps hitting you over and over again. And that's what I'm saying. When somebody dies, that reality hits you multiple times and it comes in waves, and you could be in the middle of a sentence. You could be having a great day. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you could be singing in the shower, having the best time of your life. This and that. And you're singing and having a great time, and then boom, all of a sudden you get silent. That's what just happened here.
I don't know if it's a he or a she, but if I were a resident of Boulder, I will.
And she looked down. If I were a resident, because she's looking up, if I were a resident of Boulder, I'm looking up and I'm rising to the occasion because she's giving a message. I'm giving you a message. I have to proclaim, I have to declare to you, you need to watch your kids.
We're a resident of Boulder. I will.
But then she goes like, she goes like this and then goes like that.
I don't know if it's a he or a she, but if I were a resident of Boulder, I will tell my friends to keep.
John says it's okay.
Your baby close to you.
Now, that's a little sus. Somebody mentioned that in the comments. That's a little sus. I'm not going to lie.
Keep your baby close to you.
Because he said it perfectly. Your baby's close to you. Why would you need to rehearse that? Why would you know she was about to say that? This is January the 1st. Why would you know that she was about to say that? That's really, you shouldn't have known like she was about to say that at all.
Keep your baby. Tell my friends to keep friends to keep.
It's like he forgot he was on cameras.
To keep your baby close to you. There's someone out there. Your baby close to you.
Boom. And look at who he looks at when he comes out of that swing. He's now checking with the interviewer. This is like, it's not even hidden. That I just told my wife what to say, what to finish saying. I just told my wife what to finish saying. This is January the 1st. This is a day after JonBenet's funeral, I think. I need to remember, when was JonBenet buried? When was her funeral? JonBenet's funeral is what I need to figure out. Yeah, December 31st. So on New Year's Eve, they were having her funeral. And then on New Year's Day, they were doing this interview. Hmm.
There's someone out there. Close to you. There's someone out there.
Because this is real agony because her mouth is stretched to the breaking point. I'm almost breaking completely. So I'm about to fall over. And I think that this is the same thing that's coming through at the end of the call when I hang up the phone, or I think I'm hanging up the phone, and I go down and John has to hold me up and I'm just kind of weeping, you know. I'd like to know
If it's a he or a she.
because she's staying on script like she should be, and he's already listening and he's looking directly at the interviewer. But this is a face of determination, but also too, it's possible that, you know, this is what Linda Arndt was talking about when she said that when he does something, he kind of looks up at you and is like, did you see that? Well, because you're doing it right here, John.
But if I were a resident of Boulder,
And he shook his head.
But if I were a resident of Boulder, I would.
And then went like that. So he shook his head, boom, and then went like that very lightly.
The he or a she.
Right. And he did it again. So he's following her conversation. He's moving with
outside.
He's moving with her conversation very closely. And I gotta tell you, this is some recital. The way that you are reciting this word for word. Patsy can do it because Patsy has done this before. You're well tapped into her skill set. Ever the CEO, aren't you? CEOs aren't. The purpose of a CEO is not to be the best. The purpose of the CEO is to build a team around you to help you be more successful and build upon your weak spots. And you more so delegate these tasks to your executive team. And you know the strengths and the weaknesses of your team in order to be an effective team so you can cover the bases. John is very in tune with his wife's skill set. I don't know about the love thing. You know, there's been talks about, oh, John was cheating and, you know, he didn't love his wife and there was no affection. I don't know nothing about that. But I do know this man is in tune with his wife's skill set enough to know that with everything going on, my daughter is gone. But with everything that we're experiencing with my daughter being gone, I can depend on my wife to get this script down.
There is a killer on the loose. I don't know.
And it makes me wonder, is this interview scripted? Is this interview pre-recorded? Did they know what questions were coming?
Know who it is. I don't know if it's a he or a
She's on script. She is on script.
Absolutely.
I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's a he or a she. But if I were a resident of Boulder, I will tell my friends to keep your babies close to you. There's someone out there. Close to you. There's some. Tell my friends.
Okay.
Keep. Keep your babies close to you. There's someone out there.
And I wonder why she ended it like that. She ended it as if she gave everything she had. She ended it in a whisper. And she ended it looking down like that.
There's someone out there.
And then she caught herself. She gathered herself.
Thing that I remember about her.
And almost as quick as it came, it was gone. I think he was just saying okay in that segment. Like, I just wanted to replay it over and over again to kind of hear what he was saying. But I think he was just saying okay. Number one. Number two, you could literally hear him mouthing out what he wants her to say here. Because you know when John does that little, I can't make it. But it's like a noise when he's getting ready to say something else. It sounds like that kind of a whisper when he's mouthing out what he wants her to say.
Your baby's close to you. Your baby's close to you.
You can hear that coming through. There's also another part of this that's really weird as well. And we were talking about John possibly orchestrating the note. Da-da-da-da-da.
Regarded necessarily as a kidnapping.
Everything.
An FBI spokesman who spoke.
So the FBI is saying that we don't necessarily regard it as a kidnapping.
An FBI spokesman was quoted as saying, at this point, they don't regard it necessarily as a kidnapping.
That sounds like kidnapping to me.
And she responded with, sounds like a kidnapping to me. I just said the FBI doesn't regard it as a kidnapping. And you said, sounds like a kidnapping to me. And John looked over like,
That sounds like kidnapping to me.
You gotta wonder.
That sounds like kidnapping.
because he goes to talk and then closes. And then he's listening with his eyes. Was listening with his eyes a little bit.
To me.
And then he swallows, because you can see this go up as he swallows. Takes a hard swallow.
Like kidnapping to me.
You see that tighten up. But then he looks over like, hey. And then he like comes down and back around like, dang, might have messed that up.
You gotta wonder what happened. Was this a true attempt to
I don't know.
get
It does.
ransom?
And dude didn't even finish what he was saying. I didn't even finish what I was saying. And you cut me off. What was I gonna say? And you said, I don't know. Is this a true attempt? I don't know. What don't you know?
Attempt to
I don't know.
get
It does.
ransom?
It makes no sense to me.
You believe it's someone outside your home.
There is a killer on the
Absolutely.
loose. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's a...
So I think Patsy at the end of that call may be in pain. I honestly don't hear the rest of it. you know, I can get, if you said it was help me Jesus at the end, I might be able to get with that. But I don't hear anything else at the end of any other voices or anything else. I do feel like at the middle, around like 54 seconds in, which I guess in real time, that would have been maybe 44 seconds into the call. There was like a humming, as in maybe somebody came in loud and then they had to tell them be quiet or something like that, or stop them. But that's really about all I heard. And I think Patsy did try to hang it up. I do think that there was some sort of conversation going on back there. Had to be, because Patsy picked up the phone and called her friends immediately, you know, after that. So there had to be some sort of conversation going on back there. Like, I don't care what anybody says. There had to be some sort of conversation, because you had to now hang up the phone and then call your friends. So we have to talk about who we're calling first, really. Is it by friendship preference, or is it by who's closest? I don't know. But yeah, I'll leave it right there. That's the video. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, as always. And till next time, take it easy.